this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
Looks like Chris Evans has a question for you.
Chris Evans, hey.
Hello. Obviously in Thor, it's your duty to carry the film since you're the lead actor.
Yeah.
But how do you think your role and position in the film changes from Thor to the Avengers, where you have three giant leads carrying the film?
Yeah, it helps. You know, it's you're surrounded by, I'll be surrounded by people who are far more established and many more years of experience. So it only helps, and you have these very colourful characters on screen and off screen. So it's just fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
In the red.
Hi. This isn't really a question either, but I just want to say I'm really excited for the film. It looks awesome, but a bit of critique for the VIP package. The signatures were great. It looked really good, except with all that muscle you're packing on, I was expecting piggyback rides around the con.
That's the this afternoon. We'll do that. We're getting to slow down. We get to lead up. Get to know each other.
Put her in the Yoda pack.
Could you tell me anything about the Skrulls?
About the what?
Skrulls?
The Skrulls.
Possibly the Avengers?
No, I can't tell you anything.
And also, will you be reprising your role in the sequel to Adventures in Babysitting?
Adventures in Babysitting.
Certainly on
So there have been plenty of comic book movies that have kind of flopped, especially from Marvel. I won't name any names, but I think everyone knows what I'm thinking about. Is there any tension going into Thor, or now that it's all put together? Like, how does that make you feel, knowing that there's a lot of expectation?
Look, for me, the hard work and my bit is done, and we all put in, 110%, shooting the film, and I think that's all you can really do, as long as you do your bit. And there's so many elements in it, from individual cast, and then the collaboration of that, and director, and story, and then marketing, and God, depending on what time of the year it is, and if something else is on that weekend or not, and we just hope to make a great film. Hopefully, it reaches everybody and as many people as we can, and you want it to do well, and we all feel incredibly excited about it. And I'm really enjoying this process, and it's something that, if I was having to talk about a film I wasn't proud of, I wasn't excited about, it's a hell of a lot more difficult. But this is great, because I really am proud of it, and think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks. Batman?
Hi.
You're all here.
I got a two-part question. I see you still got some of your Thor muscle there. Would you mind showing off your muscles?
That's actually not a question.
That's a demand. I have to see the film, mate.
The second part was, can you answer the next question in Thor speak?
Oh, no. No. That's, no. Not without, ruining my, whatever I've earned with you guys so far. I want to keep it good.
Thank you. Right here.
Hey, my name is Jeff. I write for Pixies.com. I was wondering, how was it like working with Natalie Portman, especially now she won Best Actress?
It was incredible. Back then, she'd just come off Black Swan and was, telling us all how exhausting it was, but how excited she was about the film. And she's, been one of my favourite actresses for a long time, and also is just such a wonderful person, and as a, new to the business compared with her, it was, felt really supported, so I was very lucky.
Hi, Mr. Hemsworth. I can't do too small. There we go. We've seen actors like Ryan Reynolds and Chris Evans do multiple superheroes when they had the opportunity. If you could play another superhero besides Thor, who would you want to be?
Tough question.
It could be Marvel, DC, anybody. No?
Yeah.
No one to say.
I don't know. I mean, the sort of the you know, I didn't read comic books growing up, and the ones I you know, knew about, I've seen in films already, and wouldn't try and, you know, better them, because I mean, Downey, you know, has done such a great job, and, you know, those guys. So it's, I don't know, I mean, who do I? He-Man. Yeah, why not? It's similar, I guess, isn't it? Barbarian-esque. Let me have a think. I'll try and answer that in the next couple of minutes.
If you could do Aquaman, would you do him?
Too much? I don't know much about the character. That's it.
Sucks.
It's a fish. Okay, thank you. Sir.
Hi, Chris. I'm an aspiring actor myself, and there's certain performances and films that inspire me.
Yeah.
I'm just curious yourself, you know, growing up or even now, for certain films, actors or performances that really inspire you as an actor.
Sure. Growing up as a kid, without really being conscious of sort of acting so much, it was the films that I watched and loved, you know, things like Never Ending Story. You know, I love that sort of the fantasy element of that, and actually lived up in the Northern Territory in Australia, on a buffalo cattle station, and we had a VHS tape, and that was sort of it, and there was no TV, you know, reception, so we watched that over and over and over, and that certainly was, you know, as a kid, one of the most memorable sort of films. We grew up, also, you know, I mean, Sean Penn, I've always loved his work, and Johnny Depp, and Gary Oldman, and Paul Giamatti, and you know the Mel Gibson, Russell Crowe, Heath Ledger. You know, there's a lot of, you know, Hugh Jackman, you know, guys from Australia that also, you know, made the leap across to the States and were inspiring. I could go on a lot, but It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart was always a favourite. And I love that movie.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Lady Batman.
You said that you didn't read a lot of comics growing up, but you also said you dressed up as a superhero.
Yeah.
So who did you dress as?
I had a Robin costume.
So I guess Robin is who you play.
Yeah, Robin, there you go, that's my answer. Yeah, Robin, he's a Robin called, yeah. I had this, I was like, I don't know, 18, 3 or 4. And I had this red or yellow cape and this underwear I wore on the outside of my pants and the belt, bits and pieces, and yeah, it's pretty funny. Trying to dig that up.
All right, this is a two-parter question. The first one is, I think you've done justice with the Thor thing just looking at the trailer, so I have really no questions about that, but like everybody's been talking about in the Avengers movie, you are going to be with Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, if they get his reboot done, Spider-Man. And in the comics, Hulk and Thor have, in the beginning, never, and in television, anywhere, have never been really on the same side. You've seen Thor punch Hulk before and Hulk go smash on Thor. So how do you feel about possibly going up against, as struggle for Avengers poster boy leader when the origin of the Avengers movie comes up? How do you feel about maybe having to go up against Hulk, Iron Man, or somebody who just doesn't like Thor being in the Avengers in the new Avengers movie?
Almost as intimidated as that question. I'm going to track back now, but how do I feel? He's a big bloke, isn't he? A big, angry, scary guy. But Thor's, got some power too. So it'll be interesting. There's a lot of egos with those guys, and I'm sure they'll clash.
Yeah. All right, and my second question is really shorter. My second question is, like I said, I think you did justice in the Thor movie, but I just want to know how you really felt about how you did, how the rest of the performance went, and all the bones in my body are just screaming, please, do not Gary Schumacher it. I'm sorry, he put nipples on Batman. Who does that?
Okay, so what? Wait.
The question was,
how do I feel about it? You know, it's you get pretty self-critical as an actor, you know, and especially watching yourself on a 60-foot screen is pretty uncomfortable experience. But I got to be honest, when I saw a screening of Thor on the big screen, there were so many elements in the film, and the film was just so well put together, and you know, I certainly didn't look like I do when I look in the mirror, so it was easier to watch, I guess. But I really was, you know, swept along like an audience member with that, you know, and was able to sort of enjoy it for the first time, you know, watching myself. I mean, there was still a bit of discomfort, a lot of that when I came on the screen, but the film itself was, you know, it's so impressive that, you know, it was easier, I guess, than normal. But so there's my answer, I guess. Am I happy with it? Yeah. You know, I feel excited.
all right, thank you.
Well, thank you everybody so much for coming, and let's give it up one more time for Chris Hemsworth.